Guys, it's Lex here with another fragrance review. I'm wearing a bandana and aviators because it's the only way I can sum up how much I love this scent, how badass it is. This is Mugler's Amen Pure Malt. Now this is regarded as one of the best flankers ever made, if not the best Mugler flanker, along with Pure Havane. And I really like this stuff. I wasn't too sure about it first, but I mean this is really easily one of my favourites. So I'm not sure if it's bullshit or not. They claim that they basically take this and dump it in a bunch of like whiskey barrels to just sort of sit there and like mature, and it gives that thing, sort of how they said they put strips of leather on pure leather. I don't know if it's true, it might be bullshit, I don't give a fuck. It smells awesome. So let's have a look at this awesome bottle. It's just a basic Mugler bottle, there's not much more to see really. I mean, you've got your golden liquid in there, your information at the bottom, your sprayer, which I have conveniently cut because you have to do that with every Mugler unless you have the collectible metal one. So yeah, let's move on. So before we talk about the smell, in fact, let's talk about the sprayer. Now, if you cut your bottle, the Mugler sprayers, as I mentioned, are really good. You just need to cut your bottle to get it. So before we talk about the smell, let's look at Fragrantica and the notes. So, blah blah blah, released in 2009 in honour of traditional Scottish whisky. Woohoo! And it's smoky, woody, spicy aroma. So, this one only has, according to Fragrantica, 5 notes. The top notes are fruity notes. You know, I love it when they're specific like that. Fruity notes. Fucking what fruity notes? Please tell me. The middle notes are woodsy notes. Oh, specific again. Malt, peat, and oriental as the base notes. So only 5 notes according to them, and it smells awesome. I mean, I really dig this smell. I mean, it really it does totally remind me of like sitting around the fireplace and drinking whiskey. Like, well, for example, like, it actually brings to me a memory of Christmas a few years ago. It was about a week before Christmas, and I was coming back from college, and I went to my local pub and I had a couple of pints, and I had half and a half, a total old man, you know, a half and a half of whiskey. And the thing, they used to do that at Wetherspoons a while back, and then they stopped doing it because it encourages alcoholism or some shit. It's dumb. So they stopped doing that. But I had that, and that's what it reminds me of, is I drank that, and I was coming back, and I had my coat on. It was cold, and it was snow everywhere, and it was really, really cold. And I kept getting this whiff of whiskey, obviously, from my from home. I was just, you know, smelling a wee bit of whiskey, and because I think I had like 3 of them. So, but I was getting the whiskey smell and the cold, and it just smelled awesome. Even though I smelled like a fucking alcoholic, but it just smelled really good. I mean, it's like this is just made for cold weather. I mean, it just really fucking shines. It just is awesome. I absolutely love it. That's what it reminds me of. Cold, you've got a warm whiskey in your stomach, you're feeling great. That's what this totally represents, man. And they nailed it. They fucking nailed it, man, with this. They did not fuck about. So, moving on to performance. Performance with this one is a little bit sketchy. I've heard that it's not too good. Some people say, oh, you don't get good performance. I do not know if they've changed it. I really do not fucking know. This bottle I have, it's a few years old. I get about 10 to 12 hours longevity. Easy, I can still smell it, no problem. Projection wise, it's a bit weird. Sometimes, I mean, it's one of those ones you don't think it's going as strong as it is. And projection wise, this one isn't super like beastly. It's not amen projection, but it's also no wimp. So I mean, it's about moderate to strong projection on me. Sillage and stuff is pretty decent. So longevity, projection, overall performance, this one is damn good. I'm gonna give it about an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for that. So moving on, age group. What age can you wear this one? I'm going to recommend this one for someone in their mid-20s, because for me, 25 I think is when you're really starting to appreciate things. Like, that's when you're old and you start to mature. You know, you're halfway through your 20s, you're no longer a kid anymore, you're no longer, you know, you're into stuff like good whiskey. You know, you're not exactly wearing tweed jackets with leather patches, but you know, you know where I'm coming from. I think that's when you're starting to really lose the I'm no longer a teenager, party kid thing, and start to mature. And I think 25 and up is a perfect age for this. And that's just my recommendation. If you're 13 and love this shit, you wear it. Fucking hat off to you. Just don't go drinking whiskey at 13. Not for anti-alcoholism reasons, just won't fucking appreciate it. So, you know, there's no point. But really, that's my age group for this. Now, how many sprays? I'm going to recommend around 5 sprays. No, 5 or 6 sprays average. It depends on the situation, depends on the weather. That's what I recommend. I know, you know me, I overspray. I'll be going about 15 or 20 sprays because I'm a fucking asshole. But, you know, we already know that. So, Moving on, season-wise, where can you wear this one? Spring? Hell yes. Summer? Hell no. Autumn? Yes. Winter? Yes. Now you can wear it now. I think it's awesome in spring, but for me, this is definitely a winter scent. I mean, that, like I said, coming out of my local pub, feeling all warm with a couple of shots of whiskey in me, a couple of drams, as we say here, and getting that smell of my jacket and the cold and the wind. That is what this represents, and that's what I think of. This was so fucking good for that. When I got this, I was like, yeah, this totally reminds me of stag going home drunk in the freezing cold, but in a good way, not in a, oh god, that was cringy, just, you know, typical alcoholic student. But yeah, really, they nailed it. So definitely, I think really experience this really cold winter day or a harsh spring day, cold weather, nippy cold, definitely. So, moving on, situation-wise, where can you wear this absolute awesome, sexy fucking beast? Can you wear this to work? You can. Go very light on the spray, you can. But I really wouldn't waste this for work. This is just too damn nice. So, I mean, I really wouldn't waste this gorgeous scent on work. Even though I wouldn't waste it, you can wear it to work. It's entirely up to you. It's your scent, you paid for it, you do whatever the fuck you want. Moving on, can you wear this on a date? Yes. The good thing I like about Mugler scents is the, I'm not sure it is now, but back a few years back when I was into them, you couldn't get them. The only one that was available was Angel Men, the original, that was it. The flankers had to be bought online. You wouldn't see them in stores. They have them now. I didn't have them back then. And the good thing about Muglers is you're not going to get that, oh, you smell like my ex-boyfriend that you'd get with 1 Million or Armani Code or something. You know, Muglers are still, to this day, a little bit of a niche. You know, they're still not fully, you know, there's still people out there rocking Yope and Lamal and 1 Million that haven't really crossed over to the sort of Mugler side. I think Muglers, really, when you start to appreciate quality designer, high-end designer, and eventually niche, I think that's how it sort of goes with most people. Each to their own, though. For a date, though, I think this is awesome. Don't overdo it, you know. It's even though you might think it's bad, you don't want to smell an alcoholic, but it's a nice smell. I don't think it's got a nice boozy, awesome smell, and you probably will get laid, especially if you wear a bandana and aviators to the date. Even better if it's like a fancy restaurant, because you'll be sitting there in your expensive suit rocking this, and no one will fuck with you. You will get served like that because they'll think you're a crazy trucker who carries a gun. So I mean, it's all options, and girls like the bad boys. Also, if you want my number, just, you know, leave the comments, ladies. Not cringy at all. Moving on. Clubbing. Can you wear this one clubbing? Yes, you can. I think I would only wear this to a sort of decent high-end club. Somewhere it has a sort of dress code. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, it really is up to you, but I just think this is just too nice to waste. If you're wanting clubbing, I would go with the original Amen or Pure Havana or something, or Ultra Zest for clubbing. I think this one's still a wee bit more reserved, but it can be worn. It's got the strength, it's got the unique smell, and it's pleasant. It's a people pleaser, definitely. Well, for me anyway, I've not really had that many bad results out of this. Me personally, I've not had anyone turn around and go, that's horrible. Everyone I know loves this stuff. So there's that. But that's just me. So moving on. Can you, we just said clubbing, can you wear this casually? Easily. It's up to you. You're going out for the, I mean, when I say casually, you're going to the pub with your leather jacket on and your tight jeans for a couple of pints of a burger or something. This is perfect. I mean, I think, like I said, I think this is great for going to your local pub. It makes you smell really classy, even though you've been drinking cheap beer all night. People think you've been drinking expensive whiskey. You know, your short leather jacket on, that leather, you know. So I think for a pub and casual wear, this is awesome for that. The only thing I wouldn't say is no tracksuit casual, no Adidas tracksuit casual. I just think, you know, jeans, leather jacket, something like that. This is perfect. Moving on. So, formal wear. Can you wear this formally? You bet your fucking ass you can. You can wear this with a suit, no problem. Just don't overdo it with the sprays. This really will complement a suit. For example, when it's Robbie Burns Day over here in Scotland, I normally rock this because it has the whole whiskey, and you know, we always have whiskey, haggis and stuff. And for me, this is the Burns thing. Some people dress up for Burns Day. I don't see the point. I like to sit in my house and thingy. But I mean, I think for like if I was going to somewhere like a communion where I would have to wear a kilt. I don't like kilts, but say I wore one. Like a lot of people do here, wear kilts to formal events. I think this is just made for waving with a kilt. Joe, it's a smart suit, kilt and all. I think this is just made for that. You know, formal wear, it just works so damn well. So that's my review of this awesome scent. Thierry Mugler's, or Mugler, whatever the fuck. Thierry, I shagged your wife last night, because he probably did, because, you know, he looks gorgeous, even though I think he's gay. I'm not fucking sure. But anyway, this is my review of Amen's Pure Malt. An awesome scent. I highly recommend you pick it up. You know, it's talked about a lot, and it's the reputation it's got is well earned. So yeah, that's my review of this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Any questions you have, leave them in the comments below. Send me a YouTube message. Contact me through my Powerhouse Kings Facebook page, and also there's a link to the Powerhouse Kings Facebook group. Join the resistance. Don't be a pussy. And as always, guys, keep on smelling flat.